Maybe all these suits, an older person can't take the pressure. A younger person can take it, but even a younger person can't take this much pressure. What's in it for him? He don't have many blacks. What's he got, a handful of blacks supporting him?
He's got a lot more than that.
I'll make you a $20 bet, Maryland and Wilton Dunaway. I'll bet you 20, and you think they got more blacks in Bogalusa than whites?
I do.
Okay, I'll bet you $20, I won't dare to say it, but $20 that Wilton beats Maryland Line, and she's black. You know why?
What?
My personal opinion, because the niggers don't go out and vote. At the time, Wilton's gonna go in. Blacks don't vote. They talk shit. They ain't legal to vote.
Guess it makes sense.
Well, yeah, it makes sense. You want that $20? I'll wait till Debbie gets back. Didn't happen. They talked. All them black hole signs up here, fuck the whites. Half of them can't vote. They felonies. They can't vote. Half of her people in the quarters. They hang over there by Tommy Tyson. They can't vote, Jesse. They may have us outnumbered, but they can't vote. They ain't legal to vote.
What's up, my brother? What's up, nigga?
Whoa. God. Wait a minute.
Hey man, you know, I'm just testing it out. That word getting thrown around.
God, hey man.
Lie, man, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just testing it out, man.
Hey man.
Hey.
You heard what he said, huh?
Oh man, listen, bro, with his whole chest at that, man. With his whole chest.
Hey, so it wasn't AI, huh? It was him?
Nah, man, I don't think AI can use the hard ER with that level of conviction, you know. So I feel like that's pretty damn solid right there, man.
Oh wait, hold on, man. Wait a minute, Drew. I gotta make it public first.
This dude here.
All right. Look, man.
I was gonna say I don't see you. It's gonna show up on Facebook.
Yeah, it's up now.
Okay.
Yeah, man, it's up now. But they most definitely heard when they go back and watch it, they gonna hear you call me a nigger. Hey man, if y'all just getting on here, man, Drew just gave me the hard ER, man.
Hey man, like I said, man, they throwing that word around these days, man. I'm trying to get mine off too. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it came fresh off that mug, man.
So it wasn't AI.
Nah, man, we ain't talking AI, bro. They ain't that. Like I said, AI can't use that level of conviction. You know, whenever they throw it around, man, you could tell it was building up too, because he tried to stay with the blacks for a while.
Hey, no, I don't think it was building up, Drew, because I'm not surprised though.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised at all.
Nah, man, nah.
And I know, look, I'm laughing because I find jokes and funny and the worst thing, man.
Yeah.
This does not bother me at all.
Mm-hmm.
It does not bother me at all. I cannot sit here and say that a few Europeans back home in Bogue don't use that N-word with a hard ER
A few.
pretty often.
Yeah, a few, man. Listen, man, that was just the first peek we done heard behind the curtain in a long time. That's all it was, man. And nobody else would be shocked, man, at all. Like, the only thing that I feel like that I guess I really want to know now, because I have this battle a lot with white America is trying to diminish the level of racism that's still prevalent, you know, in today's time. They always try to say, oh, you know, it's not that big of a deal anymore. You know, it's not as much as y'all think. Some people are just passionate about what they believe in. They're not even racist. It just comes off that way. It's like, I want to hear what y'all got to say now, man. You know, it done creeped out. You know, y'all been hearing it yourselves, those walk the middle white people that I've been talking to for ages, the straddle the fence white people that I've been talking to for ages, is always about, it's very dismissive. It's like, oh, y'all thinking too deeply into it. It's not that deep. Nah, man, like we right on where we should be. You know, you're not finna lie to us about vibes, man. That's one thing black people good about. We can read the vibes, man. You know, so yeah, I want to hear from them. I want to hear what their point of view is now. that point has been proven that racism, the mentality is still alive and well. You know.
How do you think it was set up? Do you think it was a setup? Do you think like just hearing the audio?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to picture it, man, because he was passionate.
He was comfortable.
What? Whoever he was, hey, look, man, whoever you were talking to,
he was comfortable.
Set you up.
He was comfortable, man. You know, and that's what I'm curious about, man. I'm trying to figure out what was it recorded on. Was it a phone conversation? Who was present? And I want to know who the other people in the room was. That's my most, that's the thing I'm really pressing for is
Hey, man,
who was
listen
all
to it.
present.
Let's listen to it.
All right, let it run.
Let's see. Wow, man. I don't know, Drew. Let's see. Is it still up? No, it's most definitely still up.
All right, it went nowhere.
Most definitely still up. All right.
Maybe all these suits. An older person can't take the pressure. A younger person can take it, but even a younger person can't take this much pressure. What's in it for him? He don't have many blacks. What's he got to handle?
Pause, man. Pause. That's the first one. That's the first one, man. You can.
And I want people to understand I'm laughing because this is not bothering me at all. This is something that we've known forever. This is okay. I just want to put that out there. This is why this is funny to me.
Hey, man, listen.
Okay.
Bruh, like I told you, you thought I was bullshitting you at our first go. He fought like hell to not give off that first nigga at that point right there. That blacks, that how they rolled off his stuff, that was the first one, man. Continue though.
Hey, he probably a little spit in there too.
Yeah.
Blacks.
Continue.
Little spit. Hold on, man. This is wild. I wonder why it was released today. I'm pretty sure whoever dropped it, they've had it
They've been
tucked away
sitting
for
on
a very long time.
They've been sitting on it.
Very long time. All right, let's see. Let's continue.
Yeah.
Younger person can take it, but even a younger person can't take this much pressure. What's in it for him? He don't have many blacks. What's he got, a handful of blacks supporting him?
Got a lot more now.
I'll make you a $20 bet.
I'll say, okay, so the background, I did hear whoever he's talking to said he has a lot more than that.
A lot more than that, yeah.
All right.
The $20. That's why the $20.
Do what?
No, go ahead. Go ahead and continue. Go ahead and let it run.
Have many blacks? What's he got, a handful of blacks supporting him?
Got a lot more now.
I'll make you a $20 bet. Maryland and Wilton Dunaway. I'll bet you 20, and you think they got more blacks than Bogalusa than whites? I do. Okay. I'll bet you $20 what David said. $20 that Wilton beats Maryland, and she's black. You know why? My first opinion, because the niggas don't go out and vote. At time, Wilton's gonna go in.
I will say, I'm working on my delivery, Drew.
Yeah.
I'm working on how I say things on this platform, and I don't want people to think that isn't the meaning to black people. The reason I always find the funny or a joke in anything, I'm not gonna let anybody get to me. In that situation, I don't think he was really trying to get to anybody. I think he was just being himself. But if this may bring motivation for y'all to go register and vote now, maybe. I hope this didn't do it though. I hope it didn't take this though for people in Bogue to be like, let me go register and vote. Because the city has been on a decline for. I'm not gonna get in that tonight, but I don't know, man. Does this bother you?
I put it like this: it doesn't bother me. It doesn't shock me at all. My whole fear is that this is gonna be treated just like we've treated everything else. I remember a while back, I think it was supposed to be like a boycott on the Jinkos or something like that. We wasn't supposed to be buying his ice.
And you niggas was getting ice. You niggas was over there using that hall. y'all, boy, what y'all want to? Y'all still going to Target?
Yeah.
That's
Well,
off you.
and that's the thing that I think, seriously, that I'm actually kind of concerned about is black people are easy to rile up, but we're just as easy to forget when shit like this go down. All it's gonna take is a couple of days and another distraction before we right back where we started with all of this.
That
So
a sale. Somebody gonna run a sale, and y'all
yeah,
gonna be right back at the store.
right back, and that's the point that's the only reason why I'm saying this doesn't. I know this riles a lot of people up, but I think it riles the people up that Kev, I've been fighting for this for a long time, bro. If anybody know
Mm-hmm.
me, man, they have known my complete and utter anger that I've had toward our community continuing to beg. That's basically what it comes down to. We for beg for acceptance. I done said this a million times before. I said this about the parade. I done said this about multiple different things. We are simply not wanted. I don't know why everybody, is so up in arms. We are simply not wanted in a lot of these spaces that we are fighting to be in and to be a part of. At the end of the day, man, all of this is completely eradicated if we would learn how to be self-sufficient within ourselves. None of this would matter anymore. But well, I'm not gonna say that because, like I said, this is not a time to pile on. But my whole overall point is this would all be irrelevant if we would understand that we all we really got out here, man. So
Yeah.
and unfortunately, whoever we vote for and put in that seat, I know people feel like, the who we have in office is gonna change a lot for us. I'm sad to say, you guys, man. Like I think my camera is froze up. Let me see.
Might have to.
Yeah, I'm about to shake that. Shit. Let me know when I come back here.
I'll let you know.
All right.
Hey, y'all, we don't really do this live thing, but I felt like we've talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about. I want you to finish what you about to say before we get into that.
Nah,
Finish what
like
you about to say.
that's the whole point I'm saying. It's like, you know, nobody in the office or sitting in that chair is gonna help or save the black community. That shit starts with us, man. It starts with us on our streets and our communities. That's the only places this is gonna be fixed. Now, I'm not saying that not having a decent person in office won't help at all. But as far as the ultimate fix to all of this, man, that shit is not gonna stop until we take responsibility back in our own hands when it comes to black men taking back leadership positions in the community. When it comes to black women understanding that you have a purpose, and when we get away from all of this, gender wars bullshit that we got going on, where this whole independence thing is taking over to where we don't need each other anymore. Man, our whole basis of strength in our community has always been our families.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I know I'm back off on my rant that I usually go on, but it's, we keep seeing this over and over and over again, and we keep thinking that the mayor's seat or the presidential seat is going to change our situation, and it's not. Shit starts with us. So that's why, like, a lot of this don't really move me that much. This is something that we've been known. It's just the first time we've heard it in a long time. That's all it is.
I need. We got all these people that talk about they care about Bold, right? And they're passionate about Bold.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on a 5-year journey. 5 years, multiple council people, 2 different mayor administrations. And don't get me wrong, some things get better. Some things are stagnant. You still got the racial things going on, of course. But it's like, to your point, at what time are we going to wake up and stop getting on Facebook complaining and go out in your own neighborhood? Like I say this all the time. I don't even live there. I haven't lived in Bogalusa in 15 years. But I still come back home, Drew, you went to school, you came back home, and we still have this cycle of trying to find a savior. My nigga, y'all is the saviors. Y'all are like the people that, like, it's just, it baffles me, Drew. Like, and we have these conversations all the time. And I still, it's like, why do people that don't even live in Bogalusa have the same type of passion, or well, more passion? And I'm not talking about everybody. I'm not talking about everybody. But you can't get on social media complaining about stuff if you don't go to a council meeting. Then the whole council, that's a different conversation. I need people that are gonna care about their city, man.
Well, Kev, this is the problem that nobody wants to talk about. And I promised myself I wasn't going to say this because people take this as such a radical approach. But the real issue, this is the bottom line to why we have such an issue in our community. If the community starts to stand up, that means a lot of the older heads, the leaders, are going to have to start standing up to their nephews. They're going to have to start standing up to their nieces. They're going to having to start standing up. All these dudes running around, wilding and shooting, killing, the drugs, all that, man, they all related to a lot of people that consider themselves to be forerunners or leaders of the community. So that's the issue. That's gonna.
But is it a generational thing though? Like, is it a generational thing? Is it? I mean, Bogue has always had his issues as far as like crime, drugs, whatever. But I don't know if it was because we were kids and we were living in it and we was doing things the right way. We was going to school, we was going to football practice, we were going to our jobs, we went straight home. Like, what is the real, like, the root?
Well, that's my point. That's what I'm sitting here telling you. Is the fact of the matter that we've lost control of the community overall. For instance, it was nothing for me to walk home from school every day. Like walking home or walking to the store. Man, I remember just growing up, it used to be just streets full of kids just fucking walking. That's all they was doing. Riding their bikes, walking. But parents ain't have one thought about, is there going to be an issue around the corner? Is my child going to catch a stray? They ain't have one issue about that at all. But now, a lot of parents are terrified to even chastise. I done got fussed at by adults, bro, I didn't even know. And rightfully, I was wrong. When I was growing up, it didn't matter if adults saw you doing something that can harm yourself or harm others. I never forget, like, stuff like throwing rocks. Like, a adult catch you throwing rocks, they going, hey, man, stop throwing rocks, this, that. They're going to get on to you. They're going to chastise you for whatever. And it was never an issue. But now, a lot of these adults and parents have to worry about trying to simply adjust or criticize a child might get their head blew off. And then whenever the child do blow somebody's head off, then they at the jailhouse begging for them to be free.
For what?
But see, that's the whole point of what I'm talking about. Is it gets to the point to where you have to make a decision on, do I love my community more than I love my own life? And that's really hard to correct when you at a point to where you got to make that choice and make that decision. Do I love to see my community thrive more than I love my own life? And that part is the terrifying issue that we are facing, because like I said, you're gonna have to face the kids and nieces and nephews that a lot of people hold dear to them, which means that starts a whole nother issue. Because chastising, you can think about it, Kev. If you get on to some random kids you don't know, you know a few minutes later you're gonna have to deal with a parent. You know that. So
what year did that change? So I graduated in 2010. You in 04. I feel like in 10, I mean, we was still, Bogue wasn't what it is now. I mean, I remember when I played for Coach Jones, man. Well, now I'm thinking about it. When I played for Jones. Yeah, Drew. I remember when I played for Jones, Drew. You already have, like, everybody doesn't have their father in the house, right? And although outside of the field house, Jones was like a father to a lot of us. and Jones was hard on us.
Yeah.
But you had a few dudes that was soft and probably go run, tell somebody, hey man, Jones was doing this, Jones was doing that. But for the mass, like the majority of us, we took it as like discipline. And that's something that we needed.
Yeah.
I just don't. I can't say it was around that time. Now that I'm thinking about it, it was some parents come up there, and it's unfortunate though, man, because at the end of the day, I do know that Jones was trying to get us ready for life.
Mm-hmm.
And now, even if you do have men in the community or coaches trying to do that, to your point, you got the parent showing up there mad. Like, it's very unfortunate, Drew.
Yeah. Well, as like I said, it's a cascade of events, so we wonder how we get here. Everybody keeps saying that, like, how do we get here? How do we fix it? How do we fix it? I think everybody's dwelling too heavily on what was said when it's something that we already know. Like shouldn't be surprising to anybody. Nobody should be up in arms about that. And to be honest, I hate to say this, bro. Like I love my people, and you know how much I love my people. I love my people with all my heart, but I don't really see it moving the needle that much after a couple weeks. I really don't, because
Mm-hmm.
I've seen this before. I've seen boycotts before. I've seen we're gonna boycott this restaurant. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. And man, like after a few days, it all falls by the wayside, which means that we have a deeper issue at hand when it comes to actually correcting the problems that we're having. One of the issues that we have, man, believe it or not, is there are no more valid leaders anymore in the community. When I say valid leaders, I mean individuals who we can rally around as a community, like fully rally around as a community, like there was years ago. And I mean, it's gonna look different than it did years ago. They're gonna have to be a lot more, progressive when it comes to their point of view. But this is just not our community. This is just as a black culture all the way around. There's no more, MLKs and Malcolm X and Huey, Newtons. There's no more of those, that walk this earth for the community to rally around. The last ones that we have, people like, well, I'm not gonna say that to hate on. Um, I ain't gonna say that, but there's just no
Please
more.
don't get. Look,
Yeah, I'm
man.
not gonna do that. Because
I've,
this
I've
is
look, Drew. Like I said before,
yeah,
I'm working on my delivery.
yeah,
I'm
and
trying not to speak as openly as I have been. Okay, I'm working on it, Drew.
yeah. And listen, man, and I had a lot of people to tell me like, "Well, Drew, that's y'all job. It's time for y'all to step up and be leaders." But the only thing that pissed me off about that is Kev. I'm 38 years old, Kev, right?
Damn.
You you 32, man. Um, my issue with that is, bro, I still have so much to learn. I am not in a position like when we say leaders, man, we talking about those individuals who's had the chance to have some seasoning on their life. We talking about those individuals that, 60s, 70s that actually had the chance to go through some things, make mistakes. Because right now, I'm telling you right now, Kev, with my temper and my temperament and where I'm at right now, I'm not gonna last long as a leader, man. And I'm humble enough to understand that. Now, will I work in my community? Hell yeah. Listen, man. Whoever has something positive going on, y'all know Big Drew behind you. But I'm humble enough to know that I'm not ready for that level of humility that it's gonna take in order to deal with a lot of these Negroes that we're gonna have to deal with.
Yeah.
I'm just not there yet. So I hate to hear older individuals tell me that, like, oh, it's y'all time to step. It's like, nah, man, y'all this is we fussing with y'all, man. We don't have any more centralized leadership in our area, man. And that's one of the reasons why we are headed down this path. I seen somebody in a message ask about Christian values. How you feel about that? Do you feel like a lot of the community issues, because I kind of have a personal view about, the religious outlook of everything, but what do you feel about Christian values.
I'm going. You talking about Josh's comment?
Yeah.
Let me read it real quick. I mean, I could just look at it from my point of view.
Correct that. He didn't say religion. He said just God.
Like, oh, you talking about when it was taken out of schools and things?
Yeah. Like.
I mean, for me personally, it wasn't so much on like religion. It was just how I was brought up.
Mm-hmm.
It was the little things.
Mm-hmm.
It was make up your bed. It was go help your daddy mow the yard. It was take out the trash. Like it was the little things that led to how you are at home is how you're gonna be at school.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing I tell my kids all the time, man. That McGee name, y'all not about to embarrass me outside this house.
Mm-hmm.
Once I'm long gone, y'all got to carry that name.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't for me. It wasn't have anything to do with like religion or anything, but it was just how I was raised, and how I was raised is how now I raise my children.
Mm-hmm.
Are they perfect? No. Do they have their times where they be disrespectful? Yeah, but you correct it.
Mm-hmm.
Like as a parent, you're teaching them, and not every. I don't know, man. It has nothing, in my opinion. It didn't have anything in my life.
Mm-hmm.
It was how Karen and Dunn raised me.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, even me as a child, I wasn't perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I never forget, man. She one of my teachers. Like we friends on Facebook right now. If you see this, she could tell you the story. I was in Miss Mitchell's classroom. I was like in 7th or 8th grade, and I don't know if we were taking a test. It was something, and I was accused of cheating, Drew. Me? I was accused of cheating, and I got disrespectful with Miss Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
And she called my mama. And my mama, I got in trouble.
Yeah.
Like, I was wrong. I mean, Miss Mitchell called my mom. My mom was like, hey, you out of line. Like, it was no protecting me because I was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know I don't know, man. I'm trying to be optimistic, but I just look at how I was raised, and I look at how I raised my kids,
Mm-hmm.
and I compare the times, and I compare the lives we both lived,
Mm-hmm.
and I can say my kids are on the same track that I was on.
Mm-hmm.
They're making good grades. They in extracurricular activities.
Mm-hmm.
When
well, I didn't, and I don't mean to cut you off. It's just that's the question that I guess and for the ones that's just joining in, we did touch we got here because we're talking about I know everybody's heard the recording, allegedly of Jinko using a hard ER, and so
I don't know if you didn't hear it or not, but Drew used it too. Like, Lord,
I had to get mine in too, but
goodness
we
gracious.
got here because I'm really at the point in my life where I'm trying to detour us away from getting temporarily riled up and actually start focusing on some real ass solutions.
Mm-hmm. Drew always say solution-based podcast.
Yeah, solution based. So how can we get to the point to where none of that even matters anymore? Is how we got to where we're at right now. That's the conversation that we're coming from. But Kev, I think that's the question that I'm asking. I know that we were straight. I know that we had, we were blessed to have great parents and things of that nature. But what we're trying to get to is how do we expand that? How do we expand that to the majority of households in our community? That mentality when that relationship, like I said, between the people are so broken. Because that's great that me and you came out fine, but that's one of the issues we're dealing with in our black culture is we have a lot of us who make it and then say like, hey, this is, y'all just need to do this. And it's just not that simple for everybody. A lot of people didn't have that background. A lot of people didn't have those caring parents that, were there to push us in those directions. So that's the question that I'm posing, is how do we allow that type of enthusiasm and energy to be spread throughout our communities to a point to where we can correct.
I think it's a conversation that people don't like to have, especially in our community, but people aren't open to being coached, held accountable. And I'm not saying, if you Joe Blow and I don't know you and you telling me some advice, but even if we're friends and family members, I don't think people are open to hearing those things because, that's my child, that's my baby. I raise my child how I want to raise my child type mentality. I don't know. It's a very difficult conversation because, like, to your point, we were brought up different, but I don't even know what the percentages are, but you find these issues in small rural communities or communities or houses where the father is missing. And then now we're to the point, to your point, is that you don't have people that the community, like these kids, can look up to. Like I was thinking about like Coach Mike, man. Yep. Like remember Coach Mike used to have that back of his truck loaded, taking kids to practice. And you look at how many kids are like involved in Bogalusa Little League now. You got the City League canceled, not even happening this year. And that's just one less thing kids can go do to stay out of trouble. Yeah. And in sports, that's when you finally get out your shell and you get to meet friends and you get to go do something after school. All that stuff transfers over to high school and college. Because honestly, that's the same thing you do now. Like you wake up, you go to work, studying for whatever. You running a business. Like we're living in an adult childhood right now. It just got bills involved and little broke people we taking care of. But all these things you learn as a kid, and I keep saying it, but it's very unfortunate that the kids back home are living in a society or the state that the community is in right now.
Yeah. Well, play the devil's advocate to those what you're saying about giving kids opportunities for different things to do. Like it's hard to do, and this is what I mean by, and I guess I pose this question to the people or the community, like where do we want to go from here? Because I always hear about people talking about, oh, we need stuff for the kids. We need stuff for the kids. We need stuff for the kids. But man, I remember going out because I almost volunteered to umpire for a little league game. And man, when I saw the way that umpire was treated by those parents, bro, I said, ain't no way, man, I'm going out there. I said, ain't no way. Kev, I would have aired that mug. I'm telling you right now, like behind home plate, it would have just ended badly only because that's what I'm speaking to, is that the system is broken because we'll have a lot of the community saying, well, we need more of this. Nobody want to volunteer. Nobody want to do this. Nobody. But when people do volunteer and give their hard-earned, time for free, they have to deal with that level of foolishness, that's there, man. No. I mean, bro, like, and I don't know if you ever been to any of those type of events or any of those type of games, man, but man, it's ridiculous, man. The way the parents just talk to the officiating, or the staff or whoever's out there working, it's outrageous, man. So I can't blame people for not wanting to go out there and be harassed for hours for something that you're trying to do for the community, So I know how things were when we were growing up, and I know what we've lost. I'm just trying to figure out how do we fight our way back. And it's a really doom and gloom approach that a lot of people have to all of this, is that there would have to be an internal war in a black culture, civil war first, before we can make any progress. And that's a very sad very a sad statement to make, but it's almost like that's inevitable at this point. Your cam still messing up?
No, I got it back now. No, I agree with you. I feel like I don't know. I'm gonna look at some of the comments. You got some people saying, it starts with the parents. If it's not rooted, while kids are young, then us as adults, we have to set the example. Most of our adults can't even respect each other. That is a fact. I don't know. Josh was saying, he was talking about fights he's seen by adults at games. I don't know, man. I know we started this off with jokey jokes, but as y'all can see, we still gonna have an honest conversation on our situation, man.
Yeah, man, and I don't want anybody to take the jokes as that's just because I've heard it all, man. Doing this for as long as I've done it, man, I have heard it all, man. So it's not surprising, and I just want us to get out of the mind. And I know it's not a popular point of view to take, but I want us to get out of the mindset that anything to do with City Hall is going to fix all our problems.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not hating on anybody that is in office, is going to futurely take office, in the future going to take office any type of way. But that's just too many issues for one person to handle. I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen. That starts within our own community. So I just want us to that type of stuff to not even affect us anymore, and get us riled up to the point anymore where we feel like, oh, now it's time to get out and make a change, because that's temporary emotion. That's not resolved. That's not you haven't made up your mind to really make a difference and make a change. That's way more consistent than one incident. That's just the one that was caught on tape.
Mm-hmm.
You best believe it's been way worse said, before that. So that's all. That's my whole point. I want us to organize instead of just acting off of pure emotion right now. If that's gonna motivate us to organize, then I'm all for it. But if that's just gonna motivate us to temporarily be upset about some shit for a while, then I'm gonna let it roll off and keep moving like I always do.
Yeah, you got, just going through looking at more comments. You got Unique saying, 3 kids, no living father. She can pat herself on the back as a single mother, say she did a good job. And she was just saying, just in her opinion, like having, I guess, a living father doesn't determine a child's future. Let's see.
How you feel about that?
I could just go off of just my life though, Drew.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. My mama, my parents split up when I was freshman in high school.
Mm-hmm.
So I had my dad there until I was 14, like right after Katrina, around that time.
Mm-hmm.
So although like they had their thing going on, even today, like I look at the positive. Even back then, I look at what I learned up until 14.
Mm-hmm.
You know what, Drew? That's a good question. Because now, you know what? Let's be honest. Let's have a real conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I can say I acted out more when my dad left than when he was there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So, when he was there, I was perfect kid.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have to ask to take the trash out.
Mm-hmm.
Versus when he was gone, my mom was asking me to take the trash out. So
My theory on that, man, is and I, first of all, major respect to Miss, who said it?
That was a unique Levi.
Unica Levi, major respect. Send respect out to her for, making sure she did her thing, held her sons down, and make sure that they got what they needed. But I'm gonna always be for the nuclear family, man. Always male, female, dynamic, and the only reason why is simply because my philosophy has always been you really as a man, the relationship and bond with your father really doesn't really hit until adulthood. So that's why I think a lot of times, and this is just my personal opinion, that's why I think a lot of times most women think, oh man, I didn't need a man, I did good, my sons came out. That's earlier in life, it's a lot easier, but whenever they hit, there's no way possible a beautiful black woman can explain or teach a young man how to be adult black male simply because they have never been an adult black male and what they're going to have to face and what they're going to have to navigate and what they're going to have to deal with. So my bond with my father and the lessons that he taught me didn't really come into play until I became a man.
Man, that is so true, Drew. Let me tell you why. I hate to cut you off, but let me say this before I forget it. My daddy can tell you this. I texted him about 2 weeks ago. My dad bought me a truck right before I graduated. And I was not appreciative. Like how I acted was so rude. It was so disrespectful in my opinion, looking back at it. And I text him, let me see if I can find it. Let me see. And I want to say exactly what it was because let me see. And Drew, the crazy thing is, I wasn't even like we weren't having a conversation. I was leaving the gym, and I saw the truck he bought me. Keep in mind, he bought me a 2000, I think 6 Chevy Colorado. No back seat. I said, Dad, what is this? Where I'm fitting? What? I'm about to go off to college. Yeah. This is exactly. I'll never forget, Drew. It was March Madness. I will never forget. I go to my daddy's house, Drew. It was March Madness, and he came around the corner, and it was a Chevrolet key. At the time, oh man, I wanted an Impala so bad.
Yeah.
Impala Monte Carlo. That's what I wanted. So when I saw the keys, I'm like, oh man, I got my Impala. I'm about to go off to school. I'm about to go off to UL. And when I hit that corner and I saw that little truck, y'all go Google what a 2006 Chevy Colorado looks like. Y'all go look and see what that Chevy, y'all laughing, but I'm serious. Y'all go look and see how small that truck is. No back seat, not the one with the back seat now. Now keep in mind, I'm a big dude, man.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking about going off to college. Right before I go off to college, my homeboy Trey told me the male to female ratio that's over there at UL. I said, I can't be riding around scooping up honeys in this Colorado. But I saw that Chevy key, man, and I just knew it. And when I turned around the corner and I saw that truck, man, it was just like, I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't cussing, nothing like that. But I'm like, what is this? Like, what? Dreams crushed. But I'm going to read it to you, man. I was leaving the gym. It's February 17th. And I said, I want to apologize. And I saw a Chevy Colorado, and it made me think about how I acted when you bought it for me. And I said, as a parent, now I know how that made you feel. And I know it made you feel bad, and I'm sorry. And his response was, no worries. It hurt at first. He said, I was really wanting to take the truck back and get my money. He said, but his wife was like, he'll realize what he's saying, so let it go. But I appreciate your apology. that's a sign of a mature man. Drew, that was 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And to your point, you don't understand that until you're an adult.
Mm-hmm.
And son, my dad bought me a brand new truck, and I acted like that. It hurt me when I bought my baby girl some peach rings and she throw it away. So I can just imagine, and that's what made me think about it. And to your point, man, it's you don't realize it, man. And like right now for me, man, life's just too short, bro.
Yeah, it is, man.
Like,
And I'm not knocking, man. I'm not knocking all the hard work you single mothers have done, trying to raise boys, and I know how difficult that can get. But that aspect you can never really see or understand, where a solid masculine figure needs to be present there for those conversations. That's the same way that I am with my daughters. Like I can teach my daughters how a man should treat them, but I'll never be in a million years be able to treat them how they should treat a man. Like I'll never be able to teach them that. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna be, even though that they would be functional, they could be successful, but they're gonna suffer in a lot of areas in life that required a feminine presence. It's just the way that the laws of life was kind of designed. So I'm not saying that they can't be successful, they can't be functional, they can't be decent humans. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying that they're going to struggle in certain areas because there's only certain things that a man can teach a young man. But most of those lessons they don't show their face until you become a man. Like I'm living heavily right now off of the lessons my father taught me as a father. That I'm living heavily off that right now, because I got my own kids right now. When it comes to how I work, my work ethic, that mentality, all of that came from, my father. And not only that, Kel, this is the most important part. My emotional control came from everything that my father taught me. So many times, a lot of men learn their emotional control from their mothers, which is why a lot of you women out here always be like, man, why men so sassy these days? Or why, they always arguing or having arguments and things of that nature. Why y'all want to argue back? Why you got to have things your way? Why you spending more time in the mirror than me? A lot of these young men, decent as they may be, have learned how to control their emotions from their mother. So you getting back the same feminine energy that they have gained. My dad taught me how to let things go. Certain things is just not worth the argument. I learned that from my father. So you can't have two feminine energies in a house and expect for it not to be explosive. So contrary to what a lot of people feel, that's a necessary bond that has to happen. Not taking anything away from a lot of you single mothers out there who have done a great job raising your children. Same concept with a lot of men. Men out there that's raising kids on their own, man, you can do a great job too, but there's a lot of things that the woman is just gonna have to be there for. These nonchalant women out here, they raised by their dads. You know what I'm saying? That's where we getting the rise of nonchalant women from. But no. So that goes back to all the way back to some of the issues and problems that we're facing in a community that I feel like that we have to continue to work hard to correct, to where these little moments when we're still getting called niggers and stuff like that can not even.
You just keep saying it tonight, huh?
Hey man, listen, bro. I gotta remind them what we always will be to them, man. Because it seems that some people forgot, because they super riled up right now. So it seems that some people forgot that's how they still see us in a lot of ways. So but that's not the ones to be afraid of, man. It's the ones that's not saying nothing right now. They're just the the white people that you go to work with every day that know what's going on, and they just not gonna say a word because they don't want to affect their own position. That claim like that they're your allies. That's not your allies, man. Because they should be showing just the same amount of outrage, but guess what? They ain't.
That's not gonna happen in these rural communities.
It's not gonna happen, man. But
you already know how they feel about DEI, man. Come on, Drew. But hey, man, look. I don't know, man. I don't even know. Drew and I have been talking about going live for a few episodes now. And I like the fact that, people are actually speaking their mind in the comments, and I know one thing, Miss Linda gonna come for you, my brother.
Who?
Miss Linda coming for you.
Not Miss Linda coming for me. Who's Miss Linda?
Miss Linda, Miss Linda Morris.
Why she coming for me?
She gonna throw a brick in line. I'm playing. No, I'm just saying, Miss she was along the lines the same thing with Unika was saying. You know, she raised 9, and
Hey, I hear that a lot, man. And I'm not here to argue with those individuals. I'm not like, but I mean, it is what it is. Like I never argue with a woman saying that I don't know what it's like to be a woman. I just never understand how women feel like that they really have every single thing they need in order to teach a man how to be a man. It just logically doesn't make sense. But I understand they have a freedom and a right to speak their mind, you know. That I respect. You know, I respect their opinion, 100%.
yeah, man. If y'all have tuned in thus far, if y'all can, man, share this because I don't even know. I may put it up on YouTube, but I think, like I said, it started off as, you know, laughter and finding the joke in it, but we've come across some deeper topics tonight than I'm not gonna say than normal, but trying to find out solutions for real.
Yeah.
But y'all can most definitely share it, and I don't know, Drew, we might have a few lives every now and then, man.
We'll hop on here, man, and see what the people got to say to us, man. Back and forth. Like I said, I don't want the ones that's super riled up and angry right now to feel like we're not taking it serious. But listen, man, whether y'all realize it or not, me and Kel been fighting for this place for a long time, man, and we've been called way worse.
By our own people.
By our own people.
By our own people. Like, I'm sorry, y'all.
So
Somebody that doesn't know my life,
yeah,
talking to his buddy at a gas station. I don't know. I'm just painting the picture here. Somebody that doesn't know my life, talking to their buddy at a gas station. He ain't talking to me. He ain't talking about me. I'm ready to vote. I vote. I am not the nigga he talking about. He ain't talking about me. And I think, Drew, that's why I find the laughter and things like that. Because I know when people are talking about a certain group, or even if they talking about me, I don't care. You don't know my life. I don't care. Like, we come back, we do all these things for Bogue, and at this point, Drew, I just laugh at stuff and keep it moving, man. Life is too short to be worried about somebody. I'm not losing any sleep over this. He could have said, Kevin, you is a N-word with a long ER, a long hard ER. He could have said, Kevin, and you know what? I would have went to sleep, Drew. Because people look for you to react. People want you to be upset about something. I don't, and notice, I don't even think we've said his name tonight.
And I'm not.
And I'm not going to. I'm about to say. I'm not going to say it. I'm not giving you any clout. I'm not giving you anything. If y'all want to go and not buy ice, if y'all want to go and not use an ATM, if y'all want to go and not use the venues, hey man, do what y'all gotta do. Do what y'all gotta do. That's. I'm not saying I'm using them now. That's not what I'm saying. But I don't even live there. Okay, that's just put that out there again. I do not live there. Okay, but if life's too short, life is too short to be upset about somebody that does not know your life. And I find that people who talk about you and find mess and do all this other stuff, people that do that are covering up the insecurities that they have going on in their life. And they just want to bring light to other people's situations. And I'm not about to, I'm going to find humor in everything because I'm going to go to sleep fine tonight. and tomorrow. Drew, you got a birthday coming up. When your birthday? Ain't your birthday tomorrow?
My birthday Friday, my guy.
Friday. Okay, I'm about to say, Drew, you got your birthday coming up, man. Everybody, man, y'all wish Drew a happy birthday in the comment section, man. Everybody.
I'm getting fussed at in the comments, man, about the single mother.
Hey, well, Drew, look, hey, man, you know we're still trying to find our balance on this podcast here, Drew.
Nah, man,
All
they
right.
know it's love. They know it's love, man. They know it's all love. But
Just go, hey, man.
nah. Real talk. Like this is my message before I let this go to the black people. All right, so if we riled up right now, we can't just say we not buying no more ice from him. All right, if we not buying no more ice, which one of us is finna set up ice machines? These are the type conversations that we about to start having. If we not going to BC Hall anymore or whatever.
Hey, man, we ain't mentioning no business names on here, man.
If we not going to any venues anymore, then who venue are we starting? Who we about to start using? This is the thing that black people don't do. We get riled up and we want to fuss and say like, "Hey man, we not doing this with." But then you be like, "All right, so what's the plan?" No one has a plan. So what is the plan? Who are we going to start supporting in our community? Who are we going to start using? And once we do start using, once we do start using them, we cannot treat these people like shit. We can't treat our people like shit. We can't. If we gonna do it, let's do it the right way. Let's make sure we have a plan to set in motion if we're gonna do this and maintain. And I don't know who Hannah is, but Hannah's been pretty.
That's no, man. Stop, man. That's Miss Linda, man.
Who is Miss Linda?
That's Mill Mama, man.
Oh, who? Why I say Hannah?
Drew, I don't know. I don't know, Drew.
Oh, right. Sorry about that, man. I didn't know who Hannah was.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now you. Miss Linda gonna come over there.
Man, Miss Linda. Hey, look, Miss Linda be ready to cuss me out every time she comes to the window at Duke.
Hey,
she give it to me. So that's understandable right there. I totally get that. But I ain't know that was. Shout out to Miss Linda. What's up, Miss Linda? I ain't know that.
Hey, Miss Linda. Next time you make some gumbo, do not make any for Drew. Okay, but let me say this. I know because she did have another comment about the joking, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not taking away from back.
I appreciate y'all for the happy birthdays too, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Look at that, showing love, bro.
I want that same energy, April 13th. I just want y'all to know that. Put it on y'all calendars right now. At midnight, my phone better blow up. But I'm not taking away from the civil rights movement and lynching and being called that word. I think along the way, we've become numb to it. Mm-hmm. I mean, think about it. We say the word as like a noun, like my brother. Mm-hmm. Like that's like it's a term of endearment, damn near. Like, and when we hear, it shouldn't be. Yeah. It shouldn't be. Mm-hmm. But it somehow along the lines, it got to that point to where it's just a word. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure in a different setting, if he would have said it a different way in front of a certain group of people, mm-hmm. we wouldn't be laughing that he said the word. We'd be laughing at something else. Mm-hmm. All right. So let's get that straight. But I mean, it just goes back to, I'm not going to speak for Drew. I'm going to speak for Kevin. I'm not going to let somebody else's ignorance make me upset tonight. I'm not going to, look, man, I got baby girls I got to look out for, man. If he want to live his life that way, he going to have to meet somebody. Uh-huh. I'm not going to let somebody else's ugly dictate me going to sleep, stressed out. Man, I got to hit this gym, baby. I'm still trying to drop a few more pounds, Drew. Okay? No. And sleep, that's one of the main ingredients to this, man. Mm-hmm. And I can't go to sleep with my mind on something. I can't let that bother me. So, that's just me, man.
And I understand too, like there's a lot of, there was a lot of the point of view, a lot of our elderly and the older people in our community, they dealt with things a lot worse than we dealt with when it came to the racism. So I can understand, that point of view, as far as we take it more lightly than they take it because their battle was different than ours, when it comes to racism from that point of view. So I can see a lot of individuals who dealt with that during that time period of civil rights and Jim Crow and stuff like that, looking at it like, hey man, this shit ain't funny. I can totally understand that. I just don't want them to get it misunderstood that we're laughing at the plight of our people.
I'm laughing at ignorance.
We're just laughing at ignorance. And it's not surprising to us because, like I said, the things me and Kev has been called by both sides, white and black, we have learned to move through it without allowing it to raise our blood pressure to the point to where we stroke out before we even get anything done. What we need to be asking is, like I said before, now that this has happened, and now that it's clear to a lot of people that wasn't clear before, what's the plan? And that's the goal that we need to be trying to figure out as a people now. What is the plan? What are we going to do to work our way around needing people who are using people, having to use people that feel that way about us? What's the plan? What's the next move? A lot of I get the outrage, I get the upset, but that has to be generated in a positive way, not temporary emotions, not temporary boycotts, no, we need to have a legitimate plan on how we're going to avoid needing those type people again. And if that's not what we're talking about, then we're wasting our time.
Yeah. Let me see. I saw another comment, man. Shout out to Ms. Walker. Says, thank you for having an honest conversation tonight. She applauds us. Keep up the good work. Let's share. Yeah, man. Y'all please share this, man. It still says 3 on my end. I got a lot to say in the comments tonight. We really need this out there, man. That, Drew, we might as well. Put the promo in. We got Reed coming up.
Oh yeah, man.
Friday.
Pastor Reed's coming up. Oh man, happy heavenly birthday to Ricardo.
Ricardo, yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Shout out to Miss Linda. His birthday is actually tomorrow. Will be on tomorrow, a day before mine. So happy heavenly to Mr. Ricardo.
Man, if y'all haven't, man, y'all go ahead to the YouTube, man. See if I can edit this caption, put the link in there. Yeah. Because we own to something, Drew. Yeah. We talk about it all the time. Well, you try to tell me all the time. I just don't listen. But we own to something. We got people's attention. And while we have people's attention, I think we need to stay true to our roots and try to figure out what I love what you call it, solution-based, man.
Solution-based, man. We not here just trying to restate the same problems we done had for years. We're trying to figure out what can we do to solve them. And this is one thing that y'all gotta know. We know a lot of these. You gotta know that a lot of these things won't be solved in our lifetime. But somebody has to get the ball rolling. Somebody has to start. Somebody has to make the sacrifice to be that spark. That lights the fire for our next generation to take it on into the future. So that's what we're trying to do, and that's what we want to do, man.
I just updated the caption to include the YouTube link, man. Mm-hmm. We're at 6 episodes now. If you haven't had a chance to join us, yeah. Most recent episode we had Sheriff Jason Smith on there. Mm-hmm. Good conversations as well for that one. But man, look, man, we just trying to. It's a lot of laughter. It's a lot of trying to build up solutions, and
Kel, that expensive mic that you just tapped on just went dead, bro.
I'm sorry. Stop telling people that, man. This mic, got this mic from dirt cheap before they ran out of business. But I was saying, man, it's after midnight, man. I didn't even realize it was that late.
Yeah, I gotta work in the morning too. Damn, kid. Hey, y'all
don't blame me.
Be on the lookout too for we did a great pod coming up with Miss Kawanda August. We'll be on the lookout for that one. Tomorrow's be Pastor Rido, and then shortly after we will be having probably posting the one for Miss August. So a lot of great information coming our way. Any questions or point of views, anything that y'all might have, man, email us at what is it, the Night Train Pod?
Night Train Pod, not Night Train Pod at gmail.com.
Any questions y'all have, man, y'all don't hesitate to email any suggestion. We here for y'all, man. We here for y'all. Kev, that's about it. That's about all I got, brother.
Yeah, and I got let's see, I'm gonna put the email in the comments. In case y'all got anything, any topics, man, any issues going on around there, man. We I don't want to say we, very bogue based, but I mean we from here, so we gotta talk about some things in order to see some improvements, right? Miss Linda, I don't see a message. I'm looking in my messenger, Miss Linda. I don't see it. But coming up, like Drew said, we got Pastor Ree coming up. We got Miss Kawanda. We have Troy Turbeline coming up from BPD. We're gonna have Dr. Byron Hurst, superintendent. And we're gonna have Kenny Ken on. That's so far Kendrick Allen. Drew, you played with Kenny Ken, didn't you?
Man, come on, bro. Why you keep trying to make me older than what I am? I was still in junior high, man. Come on, man. Relax, kid. Relax.
Man, that's not too far off, Drew.
Man, relax, man. I was still
Drew.
in junior high.
Kenny Ken was on the 99 team, right?
Man, I was still in junior high, bro.
No, I'm asking a question. Kenny, so my bad. My brother-in-law played with Kenny Ken.
Your brother-in-law played with Kenny Ken. Yeah.
Class 01. Hey, man, that's another conversation, man.
Yeah.
Who was the best class?
Hey, man, we not starting that tonight, bro.
Who was the best class
We not
as far as...
starting that tonight, 04, but we not starting that tonight, fam. Like
It wasn't 04. Although I did enjoy, hey, man, y'all was like, I never forget, man, Bowleg, he wore that 4, right?
Yeah, Bowleg was
Man.
before me, though.
Man, when did Bowleg graduate?
03, I think.
Well, same team, though. Same
Yeah,
team.
same team, yeah.
So I used to, that was a highlight, man. I want to watch Bowleg play.
Yeah. Yeah, man, man, that dude, Bowleg probably don't remember this, man, but that boy took my girdle at camp.
I thought you about to say your girl. I'm like, dang.
Nah, man, he took my girdle at camp, man. Had me out there free balling in a in a practice pants out there on the practice field, man. Took my shit. But
Monique, we already talked about Bogalusa Little League. No, I'm just saying we briefly talked about it, but hey, man, we're gonna have to find a way to get the kids involved, man. The field looked a little empty, man. When I saw the pictures of them, I don't know if that was sign-ups, I don't know if it was practice, but I saw a video. They say 05. 05, I guess, had a decent football team. I don't recall 05. Do you recall 05?
Greg Dillon. That's Dawsey, man. Of course she gonna say 05.
If that's the case, man, Ramil Morris is the GOAT. Okay?
Hey, man. Hey, we gonna have to have that conversation, though.
We gonna have to have that conversation live.
Oh, wait, Miss Karen just came in that thing?
Man, my mama don't
What's
go sleep
up,
about
Mama
4
Karen?
o'clock.
Huh?
My mama don't go sleep about 4 o'clock, man.
What's up, Mama Karen?
Hey, man, shout out to Button Designs by Karen, man. 985-750-7273. We got graduation coming up. Man. If y'all need some button Designs by Karen, 985-750-7273. Go ahead and hit up, man.
Yeah. Hey, man, so my boy Kel too, man. Y'all get with him on your prom pics videos.
That's right, man.
Yeah, man.
We got slots still open, man. We're gonna be taking prom minis, man. On Founders Drive. Prom minis. So if you got any of your kids.
I don't even who was in 95? Wasn't that JT then?
I don't know.
I don't know who was in 95. Maybe my Uncle Vic was in 95 though. My Uncle Vic was a dog. Hey T, I see you, my girl. I'm sorry, babe. I'm sorry. Hey, I got you, man. You making all that money now though, man. You too good not to slow down and come get on the table, man. I got you though. I got you, man. Massage therapists need love too.
Well, I don't know, man. Anybody got anything else for us before we call it a night? I still don't see that. Did that number increase yet, Drew? It still looks like only 3 on my end, Drew.
3 what?
shares.
Oh no, I got 5 on my end, 76 comments, and 26 likes.
We have to do it again, Drew.
Yeah, man, we gonna start getting on here a lot more live, man. We still trying to learn the ropes, y'all. Y'all bear with us. But like I said, we here for y'all. We here for y'all, man. We gonna keep fighting for the city, and for the parish, and just for people, decent people in general, man. Anybody that's out here trying to be better, make a change. Anybody out here that's not perfect, that's fucked up, but still trying to do better, that's what we fighting for. That's the people that we fighting up. You fucked up out here and still trying to do better every day, man, we got your back. That's all we are. That's the only type people we are too, you know. So yeah, man, shout out to y'all, man. Much love to y'all.
Most definitely, man. We're gonna keep it coming, man. Don't pause anything tonight, Drew. Please. Please don't. Please. We went this whole episode. Is this an episode? Does this count?
I let you have it though, man. I let you breathe, bro.
No, man. We're not gonna do that today, man.
I
might as well, man. I think it's recording, man. We're gonna throw this one up on YouTube.
Josh,
man.
pause, man. Pause, Josh.
What did he say, man?
Josh, pause. But hey, appreciate you though, Josh. Hey, Josh be supporting though, man.
They do, man. They do. Yeah. Josh, hey man, I sent screenshots of your last he sent a long comment. I sent you, Drew. I sent to my mama, man. So don't think we don't see it, man.
We just saying appreciate the love, man. Keep sharing, man. For real. But I had to pause you on that.
Most definitely. Once again, man, Button Designs by Karen, 985-750-7273. Y'all got a graduate coming up, man. You know, all over anywhere, man. She'll ship them to y'all, man. You know.
Yeah. Hey, man.
But
yeah, man. But
let's see. I'm trying to.
I'm gonna let him go, man.
All right, man. Y'all have a good night, man. We'll make sure y'all comment, like, subscribe on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for joining us. Yeah, man. Shout out to Lionhead Fitness, man. Lionhead Fitness. Y'all have a good one, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Lionhead. Shout out to Cam, man. I love you, baby.
All good. All good. All right, Drew.
Peace, man.
All aboard the night train.